So today we're telling a chilling and mysterious tale about lies and some really bizarre happenings. Ready? Joe's so-called murder doesn't even exist, and he's got nothing useful to share. Poirot turned to Joe's drowning room. The very basin of doom still sits. Poirot crouched to touch the carpet, and it was still wet. Though no one believed Joe, Poirot sensed he wasn't lying. Joe's death surely had something to do with the murder he witnessed, so Poirot decided to start with the towns and solve mysteries. Who knows, a juicy clue might turn up, but the detective eager to solve the case wasn't interested, leaving Poirot helpless. Poirot sought Mrs. Raymond's help, introduced by Mitchell, and she surprisingly gave useful leads. The old lady told Poirot that Joe's witnessed murder was likely connected to 3 deceased individuals, the first being Smythe, Drake's heir. The old lady once worked as her maid but was fired when the aunt hired a prettier, younger girl. However, it's more complicated than it sounds. The new maid was quite the gold digger, and while the aunt was old and had heart issues, who knows, maybe the maid poisoned her for a quick and sudden death shocked all. Our second suspect, Leslie, a clerk at the town law office, was stabbed to death in the street years ago. The street stabbing made her death all the more odd. Everyone figured she was just an innocent tenant. And the third is Joe's teacher, who turned up drowned in the lake, and everyone insisted it was just an accident. Police detected lots of alcohol in his system. Though Poirot seemed to get many clues, he was still baffled. He needed to connect to all cases, so Poirot first went to the clerk's law office. The old lawyer said the clerk was diligent and very caring, but one day he suspected she was getting a little shady. But before he could fire her, she met her untimely demise. Poirot inquired about the aunt's case again, but the lawyer claimed there was nothing suspicious about her death. The aunts will left everything to the young maid, but surprise, surprise, the wood turned out to be forged. And everyone thought the maid forged it. She soon vanished. What a mystery. Poirot's investigation was going nowhere, so he decided to attend a church service and stumbled upon Joe's brother flaunting a fancy watch. Poirot curiously asked, "Whose gift is that?" The boy shot back, "I saved up for it myself." Then Poirot pried into Joe's. The boy snorted angrily, claiming, "Sure, she's my sister, but I won't shed a tear for her." Poirot was left in shock. Poirot started wondering what Joe was like, why everyone seemed to detest her, even her family. Could there be hidden secrets lurking? After leaving the church, Poirot met the priest and questioned him. The priest said Joe loved to lie and claim others' stories as her own. To make it worse, she flaunts everywhere. Meanwhile, Poirot noticed a woman in the distance. It was the priest's assistant, the teacher's best friend while alive. Poirot politely greeted her, eager to learn about the teachers. The assistant got all worked up, insisting it was just an accident and she didn't want to discuss it any further. This left Poirot puzzled. Was the assistant hiding something? He began to ponder. Next, Poirot got another invite to the Drake residence, learning that Drake had moved in with the aunt 10 years ago with her husband. Shortly after, the husband died in a car accident, and to this day she has no idea who crashed into him, only recalling it was young. Her aunt also died, leaving all possessions to her, the only relative left. Poirot felt sympathy for her. After dinner, everyone prepared to stroll in the garden but ran into Mitchell, whom Drake seemed to dislike. Drake even told Mitchell to scram, and after he left, she told Poirot Mitchell was peculiar. She suspected Mitchell might have been Joe's killer, but Poirot shot down the theory since he had already done his homework. With time slipping away, Poirot was still grasping for the key to unlock this puzzle. Just as he was about to throw in the towel, Mrs. Aldous suddenly remembered something crucial. On Joe's murder night, she inadvertently met Drake in the living room, seeing something dreadful. What's worse, Drake was looking right at Joe's murder room, and Mrs. Aldous suspected he must have seen the killer. With no options left, Poirot confronted Drake, asking what he saw, but Drake flatly denied seeing anything at all. Just then, he bumped into Judy's daughter, Miranda, and they had a brief chat. When Poirot brought up Joe, Miranda claimed she and Joe were good friends and often shared secrets. Hearing this, Poirot wondered out loud if Joe had ever spilled the beans about the murder. Miranda shook her head in denial, but as she walked away, Poirot looked contemplative, as if he was onto something. Poirot got the forged will's attachment and requested to examine the clerk's belongings, unveiling a jaw-dropping secret. He found another will attachment among the clerk's belongings, identical to the forged one. Poirot told the old lawyer the forger was the deceased clerk. The lawyer said this hidden will seem more legit. The old lawyer mused, Why didn't she just use this one back then? That makes no sense at all. But before he could elaborate, Joe's brother turned up drowned in the lake. Upon hearing the news, Poirot immediately rushed to the scene, and the detective finally recognized Poirot's skills. This lady is a legend. Don't forget to subscribe and keep an eye out for more thrilling mystery updates.